In today's video, I give you a 2-month update on my 6-month goal to get a 6-pack for Cosplay. But before we get into that, I just want to share with you what the GGGG is for this month. Each month, Bob the Beholder picks some of my Patreon supporters to receive gratitude gifts. And for this month of December of 2021, we have this printed and painted Druid's Palace from the Rise of the Halflings Kickstarter that's going on right now. And we also have 3 all-in pledges for the Zone Quantum Tempest Kickstarter. That is featured right here as well. I did videos for both of those, so check out my video playlist in order to see more details about that. And if you're interested, go ahead and use the link below in order to go to my Patreon page and find out more about the GGGGs. So I did post an original video. If you haven't seen it, first watch over here. And there I explained how it is a goal of mine to try to get a 6-pack and generally get in shape for the next cosplay season this coming spring of 2022. And I've given myself 6 months towards that goal, and primarily I shared about how I need to lose weight as well as build muscle within those 6 months. Well, here I am 2 months into the venture, having started lifting weights, having rejoined a gym, as well, more importantly, I have dieted for the first time, so I've never done that before. So I was really curious how my body was going to respond, and even more mentally, how I was going to handle dieting, something I haven't done before. And after I posted my video, a number of you did comment, so I want to thank you for that. And I did, after reading your comments, decide to go the intermittent fasting route, something that I hadn't really heard about before. But after doing a little bit of research, I decided that that was going to be the best way for me to try to limit some of my calories and to try to eat a little bit more healthy. And sure enough, after 2 months, I can say that through intermittent fasting, I did manage to lose 12 pounds. I was 177 and now I am 165 2 months later. So I'm well on my goal towards getting around 160, 155. It sort of depends. I'm a little bit unsure about how much my goal weight is going to be, considering that I also at the same time want to gain muscle mass. If I was just losing weight, I would just shoot for 155, but considering I'm trying to gain maybe about 5 pounds of muscle mass within those 6 months, if that's even possible, I should be more around 160, but who knows, I'm going to go according to what sort of looks the best and gives me a discernible 6-pack. So I feel like I'm on my way, and I'm really encouraged by the whole process. For those of you who don't know, intermittent fasting is basically skipping some meals, and in fact, most of you actually do intermittent fasting without even knowing, and that is most people fast maybe 10 to 12 hours during the sleeping hours, and then when they wake up, they break their fast with breakfast. And one of the most popular cycles for intermittent fasting is called the 18-6, where you're fasting for 18 hours and eating within the 6-hour window. And typically that means skipping one meal. A lot of people will skip either dinner or they will skip breakfast. And the pattern that sort of fell into place for me was a 17-6 pattern, where I was done typically eating around 5:30 each night, and then I wouldn't eat until about 11 or 12 the next day. So sometimes it was 17-7, sometimes it was 18-6. And so I started off doing that, started losing weight pretty quickly. And originally I was just eating whatever I wanted during my eating period. But interestingly enough, I found that I was more conscious and was more motivated to eat healthily. So just by going on a diet, even though I didn't really have intentions on doing this, I did change what I was eating to be more healthy. And I did find, even though I still ate a lot of carbs, that I wasn't eating as much carbs as I used to. So I'm not on the keto diet or anything like that. I'm just a little bit more conscious. For example, I'm not eating as much rice. I've sort of replaced that with rice cauliflower to make some stir fries and things like that. I've also started eating rice cakes, which I've never eaten before, to sort of take the place of all the carbs that's found in toast. So just a little bit of change that's happened. But now that I'm dieting, I'm really following that. I'm eating a lot more vegetables. I'm eating a lot more salads. And I'm not eating as much meat. Now, because I'm not eating as much meat, I am taking a protein supplement, and basically it is a protein powder, just because I found that it was hard, especially with just 2 meals, trying to hit my goal of about 130 grams of protein a day. And again, that is just the recommended minimum amount if you're going to be growing muscle. Now, I do feel like I am growing muscle, so even if you look at these pictures, it does seem clear to me that I am slowly gaining in terms of muscle mass, which I was a little bit worried about because people said that you shouldn't be trying to cut weight at the same time that you're trying to gain muscle. But I feel like I have enough fat on me that I can cut weight at the same time of gaining muscle. So even though I lost 12 pounds, I might have actually lost more than that, but might have made some gains with muscle. Although I did find out that really you can only gain about 1 to 2 pounds of muscle through weight training each month. So it's not an excuse for me to just gain a lot of weight. Again, for the 6 months, my total muscle mass in gaining is about 5 pounds. That's what I'm guessing. And interestingly enough, after only 2 months and after losing only 12 pounds, I see a really big difference. And I think I'm surprised by that. I didn't think losing 12 pounds was going to make this much of a difference. But I'm starting to see my abs, and in combination with my weightlifting, I'm starting to see more definition. I feel healthier. I feel like my tummy has really gone in. I've gone 2 belt notches down on my belt already, and that's just with 12 pounds. So I think I'm a little bit amazed by that. I didn't think it was going to make that big of a difference just to lose 12 pounds, especially since online I saw all these videos about people who lost like 100 pounds, 150 pounds. But because I was starting out not being that heavy, but was only a little bit overweight, I feel like 12 pounds actually does make quite a bit of difference. And I think if I were to lose 5 to 10 more pounds, it's going to make even that much more difference for my body. So intermittent fasting is something that has really worked out well for me. And I found that I'm slowly learning how much I can eat in order to sort of maintain my current weight or cutting weight and losing some fat for the next day. So that's been something very interesting. I've never experienced that before. Again, this is my first diet ever in my life. I'm 52 years old, so this is the first time that I'm dieting, and I'm glad to say that it hasn't been that difficult. And I think it's because intermittent fasting, it really is just skipping a meal. And actually, more important than just skipping breakfast, I found that because I stop right after dinner, I'm not doing all of that snacking that I used to do into the evening. So typically I would either eat dessert like cake or ice cream, 6 or 7 o'clock, or eat just snacks. And especially on my game nights when I game with my friends, I would eat a ton of snacks while I was gaming. But intermittent fasting has stopped all of that. And I think that's actually the bigger impact on my weight and on my diet, is that I have stopped snacking on foods. So combined with not taking in the extra, 600, 700 calories in the morning with breakfast, that really is helping me cut down on weight. And I was really careful not to lose a bunch of weight all at once, because I know that it's easier to gain it back. So I'm happy to say that my weight loss has been relatively steady at 1 or at most 2 pounds a week of steady decline until I am at the weight that I am now. So aside from really getting my eating more under control, the other benefit that I feel like has really contributed to my weight loss is I've slowly ramped up the amount of steps that I was taking each day. So when I started this whole endeavor back in early October, I said in the first video that I had hurt my foot. I was running 30 to 40 miles a week, and I had hurt my foot, so I had to stop running. So I was walking maybe only 5,000, 6,000 steps a day, and I've slowly ramped that up to now I'm averaging about 25,000 steps each day. So that has really helped burn some of the calories that I was burning from running. Obviously not as much. And I've heard that actually walking is better for burning fat than even some of the cardio exercises. Now, I still am looking forward to the day when my foot is healed so that I can run again. But at least for now, I think walking about 8 miles a day has really helped burn some of those calories and that fat as well. And because I'm able to work from home most of the week, it's easy for me to take breaks throughout the day just to go for a walk around my neighborhood and come back, so that walking and steps is dispersed throughout the entire day, and that's been really good as well. So at this point, I'm achieving the results that's creating a feedback loop, just encouraging me to continue to diet, continue to work out. And because I'm further along than I was expecting at the 2-month mark, I'm really going to focus in on building muscle for the next 2 months, so that at the 4-month update that's going to happen at the beginning of February, my hope is that I will have bulked up a little bit more. And at the same time, will have cut a little bit more fat. I feel like right around my waist, I still do have a layer of fat that's keeping my abs from really coming out. So my hope is to be able to cut that down as well. But I do have that last 2 months going through April where I can really cut weight if I need to during that period and focus in again on trying to get down to maybe 12%, 10% body fat. Now, I don't have anything that measures body fat because they are notoriously inaccurate in terms of like the pinch test and everything like that. So I'm purely basing it on appearance. So basically, especially for cosplay, since I'm doing it for cosplay, I'm going to judge and approximate what my body fat percentage might be. And again, I'm trying to hit that goal of maybe 12 to 10%. So who knows if I can hit that in the next 2 months or if I need the full next 4 months in order to do that. But I will come up with another update video in February so that you guys can see what the progress has been. And it's been great as well, just having accountability just by posting these videos. I just know that I'll be reporting in, and it's been awesome to have the advice from those of you who have had more experience than me, as well as just encouragement from all of you. And now Arcane has come out, and definitely it is super awesome. So my daughter and I are planning on creating costumes for Arcane, and that's going to be part of our cosplay for next spring. So please like and subscribe, and you can stay tuned with this adventure of not only my cosplay fitness program, but also all of my gaming stuff that's going to be coming out. And maybe in 2 months' time for my 4-month update, I'll share with you what my weightlifting workout is at the gym. So those of you who are also exercising and trying to get in shape, go ahead and make comments down below with how your progress is going and what has been helping you. Has intermittent fasting been something that you've tried? And what has been your story behind intermittent fasting? I would love to hear that as well. So happy dieting, happy gaming. We'll see you next time.